Hello and welcome to the third game of the day. It is StarLadder. It is season 6 rather. It is day number 9. It is OsG. It is 4FC, of course, the team that just qualified for DreamHack Summer, and it is also Kanaz, my co-caster for today. Welcome back.
I'm glad to be back.
Good. Before we jump ourselves in here, just a point of notice, because OsG, we have seen them before, and we are actually thinking that they're quite okay, because they have got this great counter initiation thing going, but they haven't been able to make it work for them all that much. They have played 6 games, and only won one of those. Now, the lucky thing for them is that there's a total of 15 games, and they have already played a lot of the top teams, so, you know, probably going to be maybe still more than one, and perhaps we're going to be seeing that, of course, today. 4FC so far only played one game, and they have actually won that one. And we're gonna see if they can take another couple of points to their name. And I'm kind of torn, because I got friends in 4FC, but I really like to see OsG getting extra points, because I really like their playstyle. I'm rooting underdog. Busted.
Alright, so you're rooting for OSG? I'll root for 4FC then.
But
I
I
like
also want to
4FC
root
too.
4FC.
Root for a
Do
good
I
game
have
then.
the choice?
No, you just root for a good game.
That sounds like
Root for
fun.
both teams to play their best.
Yes. Sounds like a good plan. We have got Lifestealer and Wisp banned out together with the Lone Druid and the Bed Rider, leaving the Shadow Demon to be the first pickup for 4FC. And instantly, OsG, they pick up a very dangerous combination, because these two supports, if you combine them up together with a Phantom Lancer, you have got yourselves a tri-lane that is almost unbreakable.
Yeah, these supports are very powerful. Maybe not as powerful as they were in like March, when everyone kind of banned these two. They were just completely feared. But definitely powerful heroes nonetheless. And we're going to see a Kunkka pick actually coming up from 4FC.
They have watched the qualifiers. Kunkka making an impact on the Western or Eastern qualifiers rather. Having a lot of game time and having a lot of ban time as well. Basically, he's either picked or banned in the last couple of games that I was able to see. And a Gyrocopter there as well, so that's their 2 cores. Probably going to be Kunkka Shadow Demon mid, Gyrocopter on the safe lane, and I really like this. We've seen it work for the Asians. Can 4FC make it work as well? We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see if they decide to put the Admiral in the mid lane or in the safe lane. The Shadow Demon combo is very powerful, especially in the laning phase, but it's relevant all throughout the game. Gyro can also end up mid, so 4FC have options for what they want to go for. They could also run double dual lanes with this very easily and just run someone solo in the mid lane. So nothing really given away at this point, except that Shadow Demon will be a support.
Yeah. But like you said, I mean, there's different options. OsG also have different options. They are taking their time for that option, though. I was kind of thinking Phantom Lancer purely because they can and it looks good, but maybe now with the Kunkka they realize they need something that can fight a bit earlier on, because Kunkka is going to be one of those heroes that can already have a big impact in the game. If you're going to be trying to go for a safe lane farming lane, and you're going to be hoping that your lane is going to be, or the laning stage in general, going to be lasting a long time, I think Kunkka is going to make you regret that that you stick in your lane for so long, because he can make things happen, and therefore maybe Phantom Lancer is not the best one to go for, but they are still thinking about it. And are actually only having 25 seconds left now. So we'll see.
They're spending a lot of time on these first couple of picks. It's going to leave them maybe short in that second ban phase, trying to figure out what they think 4FC are going for. But they go with the Clockwork pick, so probably seeing that hero in the off lane. Unlikely he's a support with Nyx and Keeper already picked up. I mean, again, Nyx could be a mid lane hero. They could Clockwork in the support if they wanted. I still don't really like it. The same reason last game where we had the Keeper light Clockwork potentially support.
Yeah.
There's just no good way for Clockwork to get in position to do anything in that lane.
Well, we're gonna see 4FC banning out some carries. They don't ban out the Keeper of Light, though. They know they would be able to deal with that with their lineup right now. So they ban out heroes that are tough to kill and offer sustainability to OsG, which is of course the healing ward from the Juggernaut, and the Alchemist is being very tanky and basically delaying fights, or at least more like making fights themselves longer. So OsG, they are the ones that go for a bit of a counter push bans, with both the Tinker and the Nature's Prophet getting banned out. We know that 4FC still needs an offlane. probably, depending on how they're gonna lane it, because as you said, I mean, they're very
10
versatile.
seconds remaining.
And we're gonna see Magnus as the last ban, of course. I guess, I mean, OsG missed their mid hero in theory, because I'm expecting not to see Clockwork or Nyx mid, but we'll find out. And therefore, I'm still thinking 4FC running their Kunkka Shadow Demon mid, but therefore mid heroes, we still have the pocket the Queen of Pain. OsG could try to pick that one up, but yeah. We know, by the way, that Judo really likes the Luna.
Lena.
Yeah, we've seen 4FC play Luna several times already, and with that Lena pickup, it looks like, or OSG play Luna. What did I say? 4FC with that Lena pick, probably going to be paired with Shadow Demon, because that lane combo is so strong. I don't know necessarily if they'll send Kunkka with it at this point. It seems like maybe a little overkill for all of the setup stuns out of Disruption, but they'll have a lot of power going into these mid-game fights. If anyone ever gets Disruption, it's pretty likely that they're going to get hit by torrents, boats, light strike rays, everything in the world.
Yep.
5 seconds
It is,
remaining.
it's gonna be a tough one for OsG. They need some control of their own. I wouldn't be surprised to see a puck, because that's just your ultimate mid hero that offers a lot of control and counter initiation also. They go for a Weaver first though. Another hero that just needs a lot of time before he can be very useful in the game. I'm not convinced by their draft, and normally I find their draft pretty okay.
Yeah, the Weaver pickup, he can be aggressive early, certainly, but he usually wants a lot of farm, at least a couple defensive items before he can really come online. He does pretty decent physical damage, and Shikuchi is great for moving him around in a fight and trying to get in better positions to pick off supports and the like. Not sure how they're going to want to run if they're going to tri-lane the Weaver. I've never been a huge fan of that Weaver. I feel like they're just better options for the tri-lane. Weaver does do well with farm, but he also does very well with levels. And probably a little bit more importantly to grab those levels. So we'll see if they end up maybe sending Weaver off lane, Clockwork mid, Weaver mid, Clock off lane, and then pick up another tri-lane hero here. Or they could even tri-lane Clockwork, Nyx, Keeper of the Light, and run a very aggressive tri-lane. But I don't know if that matches up well with what 4FC have going on right now.
I see a lot of killing potential there.
Yeah, they have, like, it's a pretty good tri-lane if they want to go Keeper, Clockwork, Nyx. They can kill people if they catch them out, but 4FC, they have the defensive disruption, and then Clockwork, he's just going to get caught in his own cogs, get hit by Torrent, get hit by Light Strike Array. That's a lot of magic damage that can come out very quickly in this early game for 4FC, so I don't think I would favor doing that in their position.
Nope. I'm kind of curious to see what OsG wants to go for, because I feel like they so need a hero with a bit that offers a bit that extra oomph, as people say it, to their lineup. Because right now mid game, right, even with the Night Stalker, they're gonna get rolled over if they don't have anything strong. Night Stalker, amazing hero that can at the first nighttime dominate almost every one of OsG. If he also picks up a point in silence, Weaver is gonna be useless. Is intensely squishy, so will be going down very fast, and I'm worried for them right now. And this last hero, there's gonna be a lot of weight on that person's shoulders that's gonna be playing that one.
10 seconds remaining.
Like, is it gonna be Queen of Pain? That might be a hero, but no, you can't do anything that needs to silence anymore. Like, as in, that silence is gonna be there, and Queen of Pain is already countered if she is picked up. The puck, same thing.
Yeah, I mean, the silence, you can't silence everyone, and as the game goes on later, he's probably going to want to focus on Weaver trying to shut him down. But there's the Queen of Pain. I think Queen of Pain's not a terrible pick here for the mid lane. Queen of Pain matches up pretty well against Night Stalker. Just can harass him out. Yeah, in the lane, and that's what's I think they need to be focused on right now. If 4C have a lot of laning potential, and they're going to be so snowbally in the mid game if Night Stalker gets a good start, and then maybe Kunkka, who I'm assuming will be tri-laning at this point with they'll probably aggressive tri-lane the Kunkka, and then safe lane Jaro.
No,
where you can't click on anything
I can't
again?
click on anything and I can't see my mouse.
Well, there's no pause this time, so better hurry.
Better hurry. That's for people watching. This is me restarting my Dota because I have a bug that I can't use my mouse, and I need to use my mouse because without a mouse I can't click anything, and it's gonna be terrible, and terrible is not good. So we'll be jumping ourselves back into the game in just a moment, as there is no pause for me, but that's okay. I'll be there in just a second. I wonder what I can do to stop that bug from happening, because this happens often to me. I feel like it's happening more often to me than to anybody else.
I don't know. I don't get it. So I don't have any experience with it. One of my friends had where the item bug, where like the item would get stuck to your
where the item
cursor,
gets stuck, yeah.
all the time, like every other game for like 6 months or something crazy. And it looks like we might be having a little bit of an engagement here.
No! No, I'm loading!
Oh no, OSG are backing off. They'll be fine.
Huh. Jesus, you scared me there. Thank you.
I mean, they were getting in a fight. Torrent even landed on a hero. They just didn't follow up with it.
Okay, that's good. I'm loading. I'm here.
It does look like Forest are going to run the aggressive tri-lane with the Kunkka, though. This is pretty much exactly how I expected them to lane it once they picked up that Night Stalker. They were going to go Night Stalker mid, safe lane, solo gyro.
Yeah, so just to introduce players real fast, Blumberg will be playing the Night Stalker and indeed that mid lane, with the solo safe lane going the way of Krilly, who normally indeed plays that solo lane at least. Iconoclast or Matrim will be on the Lina, Strengby on the Kunkka, and Boomski on the Shadow Demon for this game on the aggressive tri lane up against OSG.
And then OSG in their defensive tri lane, we have Judo taking up the Weaver. Obi-Wan Banan, he's going to be on the Keeper Light. Alba on the Nyx Assassin. Mid lane's going to be Slander playing the Queen of Pain. And finally top lane, that's going to be Brain on the Clockwork Goblin.
Yeah, the match up top should be fairly safe for Krilly. Fairly tough for Brain, especially if there's going to be some flat cannons, which is indeed the first skill already for the gyro. But I don't think anybody will really die. I think they know their limits and nobody should really overextend, in theory, that is, of course. Mid lane will be something that is going to be in favor of Slender, and I feel like he needs to make things happen here before that first night time, or at least need to make sure that Blumberg is not going to get anything so that he can't actually go roam in that first night time. But for now, Blumberg is getting some last hits. He's not having his bottle just yet, but very close to it. But I'm guessing first blood happens on the bottom lane soon. Disruption is already there. Sentry ward is already placed. Torrent gonna hit on Judo. Light Strike Array follows it up, and that is gonna be the first blood. Strangby takes the kill.
First blood, and here come the sharks.
And here come the Sharks.
So
pretty standard for, this is exactly what you would expect out of Forest trailing. They're actually re-engaging.
Counter initiation. Light Strike Array though hits up on Alba, Soul Catcher up on Judo. Strangby can't help this time though. He pops himself. He's running away. Nice aggression coming up from OSG. They kind of made sure that 4FC knows, okay, they've got fighting spirit, you know? Gotta be careful. They're not afraid to counter-initiate.
Yeah, but in reality, all they end up doing is trading some mana on their supports for mana on the other side, which is probably a good thing for them, all things considered. 4FC, their tri-lane needs to make these skills happen, so if they're lower on mana, it's better for them. But they still have enough mana to run their combo, and if anyone gets out of position, Alba, Judo, anyone, they'll go down still. Kind of looking to see Spike Carapace come out from this Nyx pretty early. Usually we see Mana Bird coming out at level 2 just so you can try and burn that mana off of the supports. But if he really needs that Spike Carapace in case he gets initiated on.
Yeah, and there's a lot of AoE things coming off as well, like the Splash as well as the, or rather the Torrent at some point, which we'll pick up when he is level 4? Why is he's actually not skilled as point yet. Okay, noted. So he'll probably skill out the Torrent, but there's a Light Strike Ray, a Dragon Slave. There's a lot of things that he can block there with that Spike Carapace. In the meantime,
and being able to
looking for something here.
Yeah, being able to block just a little bit of damage and also stunning them for even this short period of time is very relevant in making someone survive here.
Yeah, just a bit of extra counter initiation, and if they want to continue doing that, like if they want to try and get return kills from that, they need to have that Spike Carapace. He does go for Mana Burn first though. Guess it's a bit more aggressive. Sentry Ward disappears, so that will allow Judo to be a bit more aggressive, perhaps.
Yeah, Mana Bird's very powerful in lane as well, so if they can get a couple good Mana Burns off, it's going to take a lot of his mana, but it can prevent heroes like the Lina from really being able to use their spells, which is relevant. But again, if they get initiated on, they're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, for now they're playing it safe though. Both sides actually. You see actually also 4FC not really trying to go for someone. I mean that every mana, all the mana is back up again. One disruption of someone out of position should be resulting into a kill. But they're not gonna go. Thinking, okay, we got farm, that's okay for us. We have got that first blood as well. As we see Judo actually being slightly aggressive. I mean, there's still a ward there. So Judo can't be too aggressive, I guess. But might be trying to bait out the placement of the ward. Actually, never mind, the ward already got placed. No more wards apart from that one then.
Yeah, looking at the other lanes, not too much surprising, except that Clockwork is actually holding his own pretty well against this Gyrocopter in the top lane. He's actually outlast hitting him at this point. Which is somewhat surprising considering he hasn't like picked up a Quelling Blade or anything. He has a bottle now, so he's using Rocket Flare to last hit quite a bit.
Yep.
But he's also got some quite a few denies on his side, so doing pretty good at holding down that Gyro's farm.
Yeah, 6 denies, which is impressive actually with that flat cannon sitting at level 3. I mean, he does have a bottle that helps out a bit, but still, yeah. Very true. In the meantime, in the mid lane, we've got StarLadder. He is doing well. He's 24 for 5 with Blumberg sitting on 19 for 2. Blumberg, after he got his bottle, able to just hold his own and last hit with the Void, of course. The bottle is being crowed right now, so he'll have it full back in a moment. But I guess doing okay considering he is in a lane where he should at least not win that matchup.
Yeah, and he's not winning it by any means, but he's staying alive, he's getting some farm, and that's all he needs to do. It's going to hit nighttime, and if he has some money, or at least some levels, he'll be able to start trying to make things happen elsewhere on the map, and with 4FC already sort of at least breaking even in the top lane, and by all considerations winning the bottom lane, it's going to be kind of struggle for OsG to survive the first night, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be very defining for the rest of the fight as well, for the rest of the game rather. And we should probably be seeing some wards coming out soon, because that's something that right now OSG does not have. I mean, we're reaching that 6-minute mark, so I guess the wards that were up earlier have now vanished, and there actually was a counter ward, I believe, as well. I mean, they were able to counter ward the ward that was standing right there earlier or something like that. That one.
Yeah, it was like right there.
Yeah, my drawings are amazing. But yeah, I mean, it's nighttime. No wards up. Blumberg, he is not leaving his lane. Of course, it's obvious the moment that he leaves his lane, it's going to be the moment that he starts ganking. I mean, that's the downside of having a Night Stalker. People expect you to go roaming, expect you to go hunting. And the thing is, you don't even have to. And people will still be extra careful purely because it's nighttime and they know that there is a Night Stalker on the map. So maybe that's on itself already a bit of a victory. But yeah, there's no ward, so he can actually roam. He can try to go for something. But the rotation comes out from the Queen of Pain first with a haste rune going bottom. But there is a ward here for the dire side, so they realize that if she comes close, which is actually something that she's not going to do because she's going to be jumping back.
Yeah, so not going to be able to get anything with that rotation. It buys a little bit more time for Night Stalker to do something. He's actually smoked up heading bottom now. So he might be able to find something here.
Yeah, even he is expecting wards to be there from OSG. There's none. Doesn't matter though. And they're gonna dive this tower. And actually they're gonna go for Obi-Wan bottom first. There's the Void to slow him down. Couple right clicks, Torrent will do the job to get the last hit. Trying to get him the kill. Second kill in the game. And they could still dive this if they really wanted to.
Yeah, it's not actually that scary for them to dive. Night Stalker is a naturally tanky hero. He's already sitting at level 7. Just got quite a bit of health. They don't really need to dive though. The creeps are coming. They pulled the creep wave away, which is very smart for them. They can use the creep wave to tank it up.
Oh, Courier hanging in the midst of all of that. Alba is gonna get torrented and killed off. Brain TP's in. Lands the cogs, lands a hookshot, but will still die. Courier is gonna be fine. Judo still able to take down Alina, so they get something in return, but that's still a lot of heroes dead, including the Clockwork. That was basically the only one that was kind of doing okay on the lane. Well, actually, Queen of Pain, of course, doing okay as well. Queen of Pain, who is finding now as the Invis rune goes away of the Night Stalker. She was just waiting for that rune, and right now she's not gonna get it. She blinks away still. But in comes the Torrent. Ooh, nice dodge though, nice dodge. Still able to do that, but it's gonna be landing a Void from Blumberg, and there goes the Queen of Pain. And there's the Darkness pop. This is the first nighttime that you said was gonna be hard for OSG to survive, and it's proven right here.
Yeah, and like Queen of Pain, that's kind of the vulnerability early. It's not the silence that so much matters. It's that Blink level 1 early has a pretty long cooldown, and Night Stalker's very fast at nighttime. So you're not actually going to get away with from him unless you can blink up a cliff that he can't get around. So Queen of Pain just got chased down. There was a second Void there just to finish him off. And 5-1 now for 4FC, looking pretty good for them.
Yeah, and I just saw, like, I'm keeping an eye on those top HP bars, right? So I just saw the Weaver going very low in one blow, and he now has Tranquil Boots, so that helps him out a lot. But he can't really stay on the lane that long anymore because that Tidebringer is just too painful for him right now. One Tidebringer hit, there we go. I mean, 6 charges are there, but if he gets a couple of those, as Queen of Pain, by the way, kills off Krillly on the top lane. Hookshot was in, the Sonic Wave was there as well, the cogs. Can imagine how that would have went. At least that's a good pickup for OsG. They should try to go for that. But we're gonna see bottom lane because Elba, Spike Carapace, Blomberg still has that silence, still has the void, goes for the void only. Doesn't really need a silence. Illuminate will fly, but he doesn't really care. There's the silence still. Oh, his team is actually abandoning him, and Judo might be able to get this kill. Is it gonna be fast enough? Flair comes in as well. Bottle helps him heal up again. He's chased by 4 though, but he is fast enough to run away from that. And the rest of his team was just sticking on the wrong side of the tower for him, I guess.
Yeah, pretty aggressive play. He dove into 3 arrows. He almost got the kill regardless and gets away clean. So, and I guess even forced up the TP from Clockwork Goblet.
Again,
So it could have gone worse for Blomberg, all things considered. He would have liked the kill, but he finds a regen now. And he can just rotate right back down to this bottom lane. Smokes up him, actually, as well.
Bottom lane is where it's happening. We do have, again, 3 heroes here, with the Clockwork rotating to check the rune, which is, of course, not there. I say of course, but actually who took it? Regen rune? No, we just saw the regen rune taken by Blomberg. What am I saying? Disruption, Soulcatcher. Elba, Spike Carapace helping out, but the torrent is still there. It is not enough to stay alive. Hookshot came in though. Shadow Demon goes down. That's something. It is 4FC that run. It is 4FC that back up. Light Strike Array up on Brain. Blomberg might go down. Queen of Pain. The Urn Charge helps out though, and should be helping out enough as well. In the meantime, Light Strike Array stops Brain from doing anything else and will actually go down to Strang B. Judo able to pick off Kunkka with Queen of Pain getting the last hit. That's a good kill. Good return kill in the end. But well, actually, I'm going to place that in favor of OSG. Killing off the Kunkka and not having Judo die.
Yeah, the Weaver survives. They get the pretty important kill on the Kunkka, but the bigger thing I think is that Night Stalker didn't die in that fight. He came in, dove, he got another kill on the next says, and he was there for several of the kills, and he got out clean once again. And they need to probably be able to start doing something about him. He's moving around, really just kind of forcing the flow of the game, even if he's not necessarily getting that many kills. He's forcing OSG to play his game right now. And that's where he wants to be. Gyrocopter's just sitting in the top lane farming while this is going on.
Yeah, and Queen of Pain and Clockwork, of course, forced towards the bottom lane. So it was a 4-on-5 fight, I guess, in the end. As Kunkka actually farmed enough to pick up a Vanguard, so going for a bit of a tanky build here, interestingly enough. It was the first time that he died just now. But, well, he's not going to let it happen again with that Vanguard on the deck. And looking good in terms of net worth. He is actually highest there. Closely followed by the Gyro. Surprisingly enough, the aggressive Trilane having more than the safe lane farmer, but that's all courtesy of the Clockwork. Of course, Brain was doing a good job here, as we already mentioned, with the denies that he got.
Yeah, and Kunkka is 3-1-3, so he's 3 kills, 3 assists. That's helping his net worth quite a bit as well. And we're going to see some counter-ordering going on from Lina there. So just trying to take control of the map. They have a couple more minutes left in this first nighttime. Well, more like a minute. And they probably want to make one more thing happen, and it looks like Obi-Wan Banan.
Yeah, he waited until the word was gone before he showed himself, and Blomberg.
Close.
Yeah,
Close
he was almost out of there. They find Brain as well. Laguna Blade, both dead. That's a pretty convincing fight, and that's daytime. And this is not a Judo that wants to fight, actually. No, it's not. He's going for drums, almost as incomplete. Gonna be nice for him, some extra survivability. Might allow him to fight a bit more early as well.
Yeah, he needs to get just stats right now. He knows he's behind, he's not really getting farm. He can't afford to go for some big item first. He needs to get something that makes him just a little bit more survivable in these fights. Particularly because 4FC's lineup doesn't really rely too heavily on farm. Kunkka doesn't really need it, Night Stalker, he doesn't really need it. They can put the pressure on right now. And while this is going on again, Gyro farming away. He likes the farm, but he can start getting involved in these fights too whenever he really wants.
Yeah, and he actually picked up his Morbid Mask first. And of course we think Helm of the Dominator, that's what a good Gyro should do. But who knows, maybe it's gonna surprise us. With the
don't worry,
Mask of Madness.
Yeah, he'll get that Mask of Man in his Gyro build, no fear.
Yeah, and then we'll be in fights and stuff, yeah. But yeah, no, or Helm of the Dominator is most likely gonna be it. I'm kind of surprised, like, during the draft we said, like, or I said rather, that OSG needed some oomph, and then the Queen of Pain was picked up, which is great. She's able to bring that mid-game presence and, you know, make a difference on the map and force everybody to be looking at her so that Judo can free farm, basically. It's not happening, and she is not really that nuisance on the map right now. Tier 1 tower bottom even goes down without a fight at all. And I'm kind of thinking it's daytime. This is the time for OSG to fight.
Yeah, it feels like OSG are just kind of hoping to utilize this daytime to try and get some farm, get a little bit more survivable for the second night, hope that they'll be able to survive some sort of onslaught
Too
during
bad.
that period in time, but it's kind of hard to say if it's going to actually work just because they are behind in net worth, they're behind in levels, and it's hard to just try and out-farm the opposing team in an even game.
Yeah.
Like, you might be able to stop the bleeding, but it's unlikely you're actually going to get ahead. And so we'll see if it ends up working out for them, if they try and make something happen. Maybe Queen of Pain just wants level 11 to get that second point in the Sonic Wave before she engages. Not really close to any pickups on any of their heroes, so I can't imagine they're waiting for some item.
No, they only have the Queen of Pain to try and make something happen on the map, I guess. 4FC is in no haste to do anything because they got a free farming gyro with indeed the Helm of the Dominator, and the drums almost done as well. And actually, never mind that, they are looking for something because they are grouping up mid. This is tier 1 tower. Mid being the target on the side of OSG.
Yeah, I don't think OSG are actually trying to push into this, so this defense might be a little overzealous. Maybe they can try and grab the kill on Queen of Pain on her side, but she's not going to run into them, I don't think.
No, she should be able to blink away. Level 3 blink as well, so she'll probably be fine. The question is, what's 4FC doing here? Because right now they are actually wasting a bit of their time. They are bought a smoke. They're gonna smoke up in the daytime, but it is the darkness that is up again up on Blomberg. So there will be possible nighttime if they want it.
Yeah, if they want to try and start a fight, this is pretty much when their best chance is. They have the darkness off cooldown, so they can just make it nighttime for the Night Stalker. He also has a haste rune, which is pretty helpful. And Boomski trying to give himself vision to kill that ward with the sentry.
Nice. Getting it in the end, nobody contesting him for it. I mean, we do have OSG blocking the ancient camp, which is great. But that's the only ward that they now have up. And if I was
can't see anything.
Yeah, because if I was talking about that they should be trying to pick off heroes perhaps or something like that, or trying to make something happen, they can't. Because where would they look for it? They can't find the supports because they don't have wards. They see on the bottom lane that the Lina is there, but it's near to a tier 1, so you'll have TPs in the meantime. Top lane indeed, cooldown coming down. Brain trying to run away. The disruption on Krilly almost saved his life, but not enough. Here comes Blomberg though, ready to take revenge. Took down the Nyx assassin. Brain TP'd out, then got X marked the spot back by Strangby, and that's 2 kills going the way of 4FC, but on the cost of the gyrocopter. Not worth it, I think.
It's still a kill that they need on that gyro, but gyro's not really as farmed as the Kunkka at this point, and that's also a pretty big deal. He has enough gold to pick up that Shadow Blade now. And
yeah,
he's gonna
I did not watch it for 4FC yet.
Yeah, or for OSG?
For 4FC, like, OSG comes out ahead here, even if they lose 2.
Oh, I mean, it's hard to say. Gyro, he needs the farm and doesn't want to be dying. He picks up drums now. I didn't see how much gold he actually had since he did buy those drums. He might not have lost that much gold.
He didn't lose that much, I believe. Because he had time when in the disruption to buy stuff as well. I mean, it was pretty clear they was going to die afterwards.
So all they really do is take a little bit of farming time away from him, but they lose 2 more heroes. And the experience lead that 4FC's starting to accumulate is also going to be a pretty big deal. These levels that are coming up on supports, especially on, like, Lina has level 7, so she has that Laguna Blade. It can burst these heroes down and keep her light, sitting around level 6 now. Can't really do too much in these fights. We finally have Nyx high enough. We saw him use the Vendetta to get that kill.
Yeah.
But he can't really afford to be dying all over the map.
No, they are trying to maybe look to do the same thing again though, and maybe trying to take a tower in return as well. Queen of Pain coming to help out, roaming towards the bot lane. And it looks like... Well, there is actually smoke now. It looks like they should be finding that quite simple. Strangby hanging around. Maybe they want to try and defend. The TP comes into the tier 2 from the Luna. And Darkness being popped as well. What?
I'm surprised Weaver heads to the mid lane. He's not actually going to be involved in this fight. He's just trying to farm elsewhere. So we'll see if that ends up working out for OSG. Even if he survives, if his whole team goes down, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And
oh, nice cogs though. There goes the Torrent. And there's AoE damage all around. The Sonic Wave does a lot of damage to everybody. Shadow Demon still goes down. They only get Slander in the end. X marked the spot was that, by the way, for, I believe. Yeah. on the Queen of Pain. A lot of damage coming out from OSG though, as well.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage, but they end up just trading Queen of Pain for Shadow Demon. Not a trade that you want to be making, especially since Queen of Pain's kind of their
Dire's structures are
sort of
fortified.
pivotal hero in this mid-game phase, while Weaver is still pretty far behind, doesn't have anything picked up yet of really any relevance.
It could have been worse though for OSG. I mean, the cogs made a lot of difference. I feel like 4FC were aiming to kill them all off, and they could have probably as well. But not with the cogs there, and Queen of Pain was a good trade for them. I mean, it was the most important target to get in the end. She is the one that's highest on top of net worth for OSG. Top lane is not quite done just yet, apparently. Brain is still there, looking for maybe a hookshot. Gonna be finding Curly if he wants to, but does he really want to? I don't think he does. The pings come off, it's like, I want to kill him, but he needs help. There goes the Nyx Assassin, so the Vendetta will probably be there as well. He does have it up, there's an Illuminate as well. But can they kill him? They should be able to kill him off.
Yeah, they have the damage to be able to take him down, certainly. But they... Oh, actually, they're going to find a Blomberg illusion, and they use Vendetta for that as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking they probably thought that that was the real one. And they actually TP everybody. This time Judo is here as well. This should be a tower. If this is not a tower, this is a big waste of time. But even if it's a tower, it's a traded tower, because 4FC looks like they're not going to fight. They're going to take the tier 1 middle. Oh, they want to fight. Torrent up on Brain. Cooldown coming down as well. Boat flying in, or sailing in rather. More TTPs coming. Brain letting the cogs. Boat didn't hit anything in the end. Hookshot into safety for now. Blinding Light helping out as well. Blomberg, it's nighttime. He has got an advantage. We'll be able to pick off Brain. Because we do have Curly taking a lot of damage. He goes down actually. And Judo thinking about turning this around. Central Ward gets placed though. Should be careful. And in the end, it's a clockwork for a gyro trade and a defense on the tier 1. Actually, it's not over just yet, Blomberg. Nah, it's over.
I'm really surprised Stringby waited so long to throw that boat there. He could have hit it on at least 2 heroes after that torrent going off.
Yeah.
He backed off, waited a little while, like he wasn't sure if his team was going to show up and he wanted to expend it. But boat has such a low cooldown now. Even if he had just, managed to land it, it would have been pretty good. And as a result, it hit nothing.
Yeah, it was a fail boat, like really one.
You get the rum, so as long as it passes over your team, it's never that bad, but doing the damage is pretty big. He is level 11, so it was the level 2 boat.
It's pretty big that they defend their tier 1 though, because that was a 5-man commitment from OSG. And they really wanted that. In the meantime, Blomberg runs himself into a couple heroes, wants to go for Obi-Wan Banon. Already uses Void, so the TP will be safe for the Keeper of Light to use. And a gyro denies the mid tower in the meantime, so it's the first tower going down on 4FC, and it's a deny. All the tier 1 towers on OSG are already down. I believe there's none of the towers actually denied, are they?
Top was denied.
Okay, so that's a bit of a even trade then, at least.
Yeah, but they've lost their other 2 towers,
Yeah,
so
that's
a lot of map control for 4FC and a lot of gold going their way.
And the gold difference already being very high is going towards the 10k in favor of 4FC, with the experience graph towards the 7,500. I mean, oh, disruption. They really want to take this. BKB actually gets turned off for that, so he finds Elba. He's going for a different target. Brain still goes down. Elba able to get away though. Judo time lapses himself into safety as well.
I'm not sure why Blomberg BKB'd.
Yeah, me neither. It's like, hey guys, look, I have a BKB. That's basically the only reason I could find. I mean, the cogs will still be annoying to you, so.
Yeah, but the Clockwork was dead before Nightstalker was even really in the fight. He was trapped in cogs, getting hit by all that magic damage. He just lost his life. That BKB seemed a little early. There were heroes around, and once he popped it, I think he maybe needed to commit a little bit harder, try and get something for that 10-second BKB charge. Because as it stands now, he just threw it away.
Yeah, quite hard actually as well. Well, at least he made people know that he has it. They ended up getting a kill up on the Clockwork, not losing anybody in return. But it's just a solo offlane. This is still one of the 3 cores, I guess, that you can think of for OSG, with the Clock, the Weaver, and the Queen of Pain. Still the lowest one of the 3. But OSG trying to continue to farm. I mean, they don't really have any big items up just yet. We've got the BKB almost up on the Queen of Pain. That's going to be the first one of OSG, like the first big item. Weaver hasn't really got anything just yet. Picked himself up, Ultimate Orb.
Yeah, Weaver's trying to go for that Lincoln sound. He really needs to get it. That silence that's going to be coming out from the Nightstalker is really what he needs to be blocking. If he ever gets silenced, he's just left out in the open to die. So he's gonna want that. Disruption, also a pretty decent spell to steal, or to dodge. There are quite a few spells, and I guess Laguna Blade from Forest
Yeah.
Lena as well. Probably don't want to get hit with a Bull Lightning, I would expect.
No, there are so many things though that can pop that Lincoln's off.
Yeah, but they're all pretty big spells. Like X is a pretty good thing to be able to block if he.
He's level 1 homing
Gets that.
missile.
Yeah, I guess homing missile is like the ideal. Is that
Yeah.
Gyro just homing missiles to trade for it because he's not actually putting the points into it, so it doesn't do that much damage. The rest of his spells, like all these other spells, though, he doesn't want to get hit by any of them. So we'll see if Lincoln's actually ends up saving him as much as it needs to.
We've got Kunkka with the Crystallis.
Yeah,
So he is looking pretty good right now.
yeah,
And
strength be quite farmed.
yeah, I'm kind of thinking 4FC, will they actually delay pushing in? It looks like they are right now. But I'm kind of thinking they could try to go for 5-man Dota maybe soon.
I think they're gonna wait for Curly to get his BKB
Oh yeah, that's
before they try
300
and force
gold
the
away.
issue. Yeah,
So
he's
close.
pretty close, and that's a big pickup for these team fights. That means that Nyx, Queen of Pain, Keeper Light, they won't really be able to do too much of anything to Curly in these fights, and they'll be able to put out a lot of DPS, and it looks like they want to defend their tier 1 in the top lane again.
Yep, and they're TPing after seeing their own ward getting destroyed, knowing that there's at least a couple heroes around there. Well, StarLadder with his BKB ready. There is also a Blade Mill ready actually up on Brain. And a recipe for the Lincolns there as well. Let's see how far they can get. Strangby hanging around in the jungle. Another ward being countered. Blomberg hiding behind the trees. There he comes. Turns on his BKB. Silenced up on Jula already. Cooldown coming down as well. Boat coming in, not hitting anything. Actually, gonna hit up on Elba. It is the Weaver that's already dead. Elba running away for his life. Iconoclast already going down as well on the back end. Brain still trying to finds Blomberg, but 3-2. Favorable trade for 4FC, losing their true supports for 2 of the main heroes of OSG, and this could be tier 3. In the meantime, Queen of Pain was actually able to throw out all her spells and then blinked herself into safety, but not able to really do that much with it apart from helping kill off the 2 supports.
Yeah, and now they're going to be forced to try and defend their tier 2, and they should be successful. String be the only one around. They don't have any reveal for him, so Shadow Blade away. But they lose a pretty big fight there. Ends up being 3 for 2, but they lose the big heroes, and they only took the 2 supports in trade.
The only upside is that 4FC didn't really take anything in return for it. But again, still, that tier 1 tower stays alive. And that's something, like, it continuously stays alive. Like, really. It is 27 minutes in, we still have 2 tier 1 towers standing. And, I mean, the bottom tier 1, fine. Nobody has been trying to go for that, but OSG has been standing top. How many times? 3 times to take this tower down with 4 or 5 heroes? Still no luck.
Yeah, I think that they would almost be better at this point trying to push the bottom lane and let Weaver split push the top.
Yeah.
And just try and get the tower, because committing 5 up there repeatedly is very clearly not working for them at this point. 4FC have the better team fight, I would say, especially with the advantage they have in levels and gold. They just have a higher tier of items up, and OSG can't really fight through BKBs on the cores for 4FC.
No, they need to buy them. Wow, English. They need to buy themselves time, and right now, split pushing is what would give them some time and some extra gold as well, because the tower is going down helps them quite a lot. As we see StarLadder in some trouble. Torrent is gonna hit. Here comes his flash. BKB gets turned on in time though, and she blinks and TPs.
Yep, but that's a 10-second BKB charge traded away.
Is that her first
Just-
one?
Oh no, that was actually a second one. I
That's
guess she
okay.
used it in the last fight.
Yeah.
So that's her 9th second. So
But
she's
still.
even further down the
Yeah.
path of losing her BKB charges.
For some reason, Blomberg just turned on his BKB as well. I think it was a misclick.
We've seen a lot of that today, huh?
Yeah. We should have seen yesterday. We had IC Cup, and they played twice in the entire night. They had a misclick on an Eclipse from a Luna, and they had 2 RPs that just went into nothingness. And a BKB I think as well. So it was like a few of those things thinking, you know what? Maybe they should get a bit more rest before playing, because it was really awkward. They did it several times over the night.
Yeah, that's not what you want to be doing in these games, especially when they're close. If you're pretty far ahead, these mistakes they hurt you, but they don't knock you out of the game. When you're behind, you're trying to battle uphill. And you see it, the Daedal is picked up now by Kunka, actually. So he's going to be hitting very hard. Yeah, when you're behind, you don't want to be making mistakes. You need to get every little bit of advantage you can. And throwing away BKB charges, that's not a good plan.
No, it's... yeah. This is really not a good plan. There's a lot of spell damage being thrown at you, so... want to be having that for the big fights and not really being forced to use them for getting away. Even though, I guess, in a way, for 4FC, it's a bit of a victory to get that BKB charge used. Tier 1 tower still being defended. If we look a bit over items, I mean, we have the BKBs, of course, up on the Night Stalker. Kunka now has a Daedalus ready, so he is happily farming on the side of 4FC. We also have got the Gyro picking up his Demon Edge, so that's going to be him having an MKB probably fairly soon. Assuming it is going to be an MKB, that is. Let's see if we can see some of the rest. Alba doesn't really have anything specific. We still don't have the Lincolns up on the Weaver, but he's close. And we already saw the BKB up on the Queen of Pain and the Blade Mail up on Brain, and that is it. Actually, Obi-Wan Baton almost has a mechanism, and there's nobody building a mechanism up on 4FC, so that might have a big impact. And they want to go for Blumberg, actually. Impale. There we go. Illuminate flying in as well. Hook shot. The BKB's turned on though. And oh, the cogs. Too late.
He couldn't quite get them off fast enough to catch the Night Stalker. The BKB really kind of helped there. Yeah. As well as someone from the Radiant side actually blocked the hook. So Clockwork was able to get in there, but it didn't stun Night Stalker.
Yeah, really nicely done. And actually we see Krilly trying to go for Roshan right now. He's getting some help from the scene, of course. But no vision this time coming off from OsG on that side. We do have a flare, of course, that could scout it out, and he does send it straight away. So, it's too late.
Yeah, they know what's going on, but there's not a ton they can really do about it at this point.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
And Gyro will take the Aegis, of course, and this could allow 4FC to push a bit more. It is 11 AM, yeah, 11 AM, so the nighttime is not there, and of course the darkness already used, so they actually can't really push until the next nighttime, and they probably should, because otherwise the Aegis will be gone again, and nighttime is their thing. Let's see if OSG can pick someone off before that nighttime, because that's I think the only thing they can do right now to stop a push coming from 4FC.
Yeah, if they can try and get a pick, maybe even on Krilly if he tries to farm somewhere by himself. If they get that Aegis down, it'll really shut up anything that 4FC want to try and do. If they had the nighttime, I think they would already be going for it. And we actually have an Ags going to be coming up from Night Stalker soon. So we'll have that clear vision too during the nighttime. It's just going to make things pretty miserable for like Queen of Pain trying to hide in the sides of the fights like she has been doing, blinking into trees.
They're actually... What are they doing? Are they expecting a push right now? No. Or are they just baiting out a fight up on Judo perhaps? They're hanging around there. Smoking up with 2. But only with 2. Only with the Queen of Pain and Alba as Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, they're going to spot out Gyro. It feels like they want to try and catch Gyro, I think. But he's never going to cross far enough that they're really going to be able to catch it unless they really commit to the fight.
Yeah, and unless they use Alba to scout out and go for a stun first. But Alba actually, with the smoke up, he actually went middle rather than following his team.
Yeah. And I think if they try and overcommit to something now, it's one of the worst things they can really do. Unless 4FC are completely caught off guard, they're going to end up in a position where they can get boated very easily. And with that boat, I don't know if they can actually burst down heroes on the 4FC side, at least the 3 cores, who are all rather tanky at this point, before their team takes way too much damage and starts going down.
Yeah, they really have to hope on 4FC to make mistakes, let themselves get caught out of position, and hope that 4FC gives them more time to get their farm up, because their Weaver needs more. His Lincolns is ready, and it's great, and it offers him basically a bit of everything. Survivability, a bit of damage, etc. But it's not enough right now to take on that, well, and the Gyro, and the Kunka. He can't find him by himself, and I didn't even mention the Night Stalker. And Queen of Pain not offering too much just yet with just a BKB. I mean, her spell damage, as you said, is great, but right now it's not enough to burst off 4FC, especially not with the rum up.
Yeah, I'm surprised 4C just backed off from the jungle there. They could have warded that, counter warded there. They even placed the counter ward. They just didn't go and finish it off. It looks like they wanted to back off.
They're playing very safe. Still waiting for that nighttime. It is 4 p.m. I mean, if someone gets picked off right now, that's of course them being in big trouble. They are gonna probably smoke up. They do have that in the inventory of Matron right now. And with that, I think by the time that they reach the jungle, nighttime will be there.
Yeah, and it wasn't just waiting for the nighttime. Krilly was able to finish his MKB in that time, and we have the Aghanim Scepter picked up on Blomberg as well. So there's a couple big item pickups just like 30 seconds before nighttime starts. And this is exactly what 4FC want to be doing with their timing. They can get a couple more items. They're on a whole nother tier on sort of item pickups for their cores. And they're going to have the advantage of nighttime for Night Stalker. And this is going to be, he's level 16 nighttime, where he's going to be spamming darkness, and it's pretty much going to be nighttime for the majority of the game at this point.
Oh, it's so tough, and it's a Raider Night Stalker as well. There's no hiding from this guy right now.
Yeah, he's got the gem, and he's got the Aghanims. He's
all.
just going to want. Yeah, he's going to wander around. The Weaver never going to be able to escape from him.
No, and Tier 2 Tower is going to be the next on the list here, and I don't think that OSG should try to look for a fight right now. It is split push time.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Split push time indeed.
And that's what OSG are doing. They're up in that top lane trying to split push, but I think 4FC are just going to force the issue right now.
Yeah, they are forced to TP before the tier 1 goes down. Obi-Wan Banon already dead, Alba already dead. That's 2 supports on the sideline. Yeah, 2 BKBs being turned on because they thought there would be more resistance, I guess.
Bottom tower is under attack.
But they just find 2 supports, kill them off very, very easily. And now have to deal with 2 cores that don't have their AoE stun, that don't have their AoE damage coming up from the Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, and 4C looking to be in a pretty dominating position here. There goes the barracks, and OSG are just forced to watch. They can't do anything. Those supports got picked off. Keeper Light, in particular, can't afford to get picked off for these tower defenses. There's no pipe, there's no mech up on the dire side unless someone picked up a mech. No one still has mech. So those Illuminates are going to do a lot of damage, and there's no real survivability for it. They have earn charges, but only 1 actually in the Night Stalker, to try and heal it up. But they can't really rely on that. And Kunkka finally gets his BKB now, and I think that pretty much seals it for OSG. They're not going to be able to even really get kills at this point.
Unless 4FC makes some big mistakes, and I think you're right. I mean, it is so tough already. And, I mean, like you said, they had to just watch and see their barracks getting destroyed. Of course, there was a choice, fighting and potentially losing more than just your Rex. Or waiting to take that one fight that you think you have a better shot, because it's going to come down to one fight right now.
Yeah, well, maybe. It's going to come down to one fight if 4FC win. If 4FC win the fight, it's probably game over.
Yeah.
If OSG win the fight, they're not really going to be able to do too much with it, I don't think. 4FC are very far ahead. We see, if we look at the graphs, it's like 20k plus. And the best they could hope to do is maybe try and grab like the tier 1 top. They won't be able to get to both because
they find Strainby though. The sentry ward there is the only thing they have. Light Strike Array misses. BKB gets turned on. X-Mark spot up on Alba. Gets a torrent. Gets a boat. Gets death. Or does he? Spike Carif is helping out. Never mind. Goes down. Judo trying to take the tower at least, but no! Hey! Deny! That's 2 denied towers on the side of 4FC. And the rest trying to run. It is Brain though that gets killed off before he can run, before he can do anything. And this is looking to be another tier 2. Potentially even another Rex, because I don't think that Brain has. No, he does. He only has 7 gold. He does not have buyback.
Yeah, and I don't know why that was where they decided to pick the fight, was forcing that top tier 1 again. It's kind of been their downfall this entire game, it feels like. OSG have constantly been taking fights right up in that region near the dire tier 1, and they haven't won any of them.
No, I was really expecting them to wait until 4FC came again and then take the fight when they had all the advantages that you can think of, including a tower, which you kind of need right then. And they didn't, and they paid for it, and it looks like they're going to pay for it with more than just a tier 2 if 4FC tries to force the issue here. I mean, the BKBs are still there. They actually rotate, maybe going to take the first or the last tower first.
It's possible that they engaged on Stringby on that tower just because they didn't know he had the BKB pickup yet. And they might have been able to get that kill without him having BKB, but with it there was basically no chance, so...
Yeah, he started off being alone there, of course.
Yeah, he was alone and they were initiating him. He waited, he was patient with the BKB, forced them to just commit to the fight, then he popped the BKB. So it might have just been really good play coming up from him, and maybe no one from OSG checked his inventory.
Yeah, Blumberg turns on his BKB, wants to go for Elva. Cogs are gonna stop him from doing so though, and now his BKB run out. Obi-Wan Banon in some trouble. Strangby chasing him down. Sonic Wave in the meantime tries to blow up some supports. We see Iconoclast with a very low HP bar, but it's... I mean, apparently he didn't even use his Laguna Blade to kill off the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain died, bought back, and used her BKB already.
Yeah, Queen of Pain actually died in BKB, so she couldn't Laguna Blade her. It was just the right clicks coming out from Night Stalker and Gyrocopter were enough to take her down. She has that BKB, but at this point, Krilly does a ton of damage, Strangby does a ton of damage.
Oh, hook shot in. Gets Boomski though. Boomski is gonna be just fine. Slander might not be though. He is silenced up. He's getting chased down by Blumberg. Does he do enough damage before the blink is ready again? Oh yeah, hello Boomski. Get there. And Clockwork of course going down in that as well. Illuminates will continue to fly through. This is a difference of course that we saw from the previous fight when... Oh, Elba is stuck between illusions. The previous fight where Obi-Wan Banon wasn't there. No Illuminates. Now Illuminates do help keep 4FC out of this one. But the GG is called because Weaver goes down again. And a triple kill goes to Boomski, the Shadow Demon. And that is gonna be 4FC taking 3 extra points in StarLadder Season 6. And of course are still now undefeated. OSG though, they're gonna get a second chance. Gonna go up against a lately not so good looking Empire. Let's see if they have better chances there, because that's gonna be the next game on our list for StarLadder Season 4, day number 9.
Season 6.
Season 6. What did
And it's
game
day number
4.
10, isn't it?
Is it not day 9?
I think it's day 10.
I think I said day 8 yesterday. Am I never gonna say day 9?
Well, wasn't the first day Sunday? It was the first day was a Sunday, so the 8th day was a Sunday, and now it's Tuesday.
Damn.
Nothing about that was right.
Maybe that day didn't count. The Sunday.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess I didn't look. I think in the lobby it said day 10 at the top too.
Oh, damn. Well, I called it yesterday wrong too. Anyways, I'm all messed up today. Apparently, the sun is messing with my head. We're gonna see the last game of the day though. Empire OSG. Stick around. More Dota 2 coming your way in just a moment.
Season 6 of the legendary StarLadder TV series. 16 top European teams. 120 season matches plus an epic LAN final voiced by your favorite shoutcasters. Watch the StarLadder TV matches using your Dota 2 client. Get an exclusive StarLadder HUD. Tickets on sale now.